Hello and welcome to the Halftime Report here on the Barroom Network, part of Bear Football. John Buffone here alongside Aldo Gandia and Tyler Gaines Ellis. The Bears trailing the Rams 13-7 going into halftime. Could have been a lot worse, could have been a little bit better. A little bit of a roller coaster going into the second half. Aldo, what's your immediate jerk reaction to this?
The Chicago Bears should be winning at the half. There's no doubt about it. They should be winning. If Matt Nagy really knew how to put together a red zone package, they would have scored in that first draft as opposed to Andy Dalton throwing an interception. Let me show you here real quick what happened. This is Justin Fields' first pass. It's in the red zone. He completes the pass, getting it close to the goal line. Then Andy Dalton comes in, and you see that all of the Rams are going to drop back into the end zone. If Justin Fields would have been out there, they would have been worried about his running as opposed to just dropping back and covering the entire end zone and therefore deflecting the pass and leading into an interception. That and the shoddy tackling by Eddie Jackson on the long touchdown pass, which cost us 7 points. Those two plays right there are a reversal. We should be ahead in this game, but it's these mistakes by the Matt Nagy coach team. He doesn't give these defensive players a sense of urgency. I heard Eddie Jackson on one of the Bears programs this week talk about how tackles are easy.
Anyone can tackle.
That's right. Anyone. Well, apparently he can't. He can't. He's so interested in making big plays that he's not doing that. He's not playing fundamental football and therefore allowed the Rams to get an easy score. The Chicago Bears should be winning at the half. Let's hope they turn it around and we're talking better stuff at the end of the game.
Let's bring in the beacon of positivity. Tyler, what'd you see that half?
The most important thing is the touchdown since that debacle, the only touchdown in the game was just scored, and that was us. Outside of that debacle, the Bears defense showed up. All right. John, what I tell you, concerned about all these dang feelings, how do you feel about people when we can't just simply execute? Jason Peters got it together with a very great block that gave Andy some time a second ago. But before that, you can't let guys come in free. You can't let guys come in free. It looks like on this drive right here, John, if we didn't have this drive right here, I would have come in with a different attitude. Trust me, because I saw consistency with the run game. This drive right here, which was vital. And so, Stafford, we know what he does. He's going to throw the 50-50 ball. I just couldn't believe how we started, but like weather the storm, get some points on the board before the half.
Yeah, I rarely do this, but I'm going to reserve judgment for the second half because I saw a lot of inconsistency here, but I saw some things that were nice. I said, and I even tweeted this, please don't randomly abandon David Montgomery because this guy's on fire. 10 rushes for 80 yards in the first half. He broke off 2 big runs to start the game, and then there was a drive where I don't even know if he was on the field. And so I want to see how Matt Nagy actually adjusts. I want to see if he goes and uses the things that do work. I saw a lot of that mid-season run to the sideline. Let's do a lot of things in the flat. Let's see how many plays we can get blown up before they even get started. I saw a big scoop of that, but I also saw some momentum in that last drive where the Bears were able to put together a good drive and score a touchdown and get it to within 1 score. But also, I do have a little bit of concern on the defense because throw away the fact that you can't even touch the guy whenever he falls down. That secondary is gonna be a problem. Obviously Duke Shelley's inactive, so it's a ragtag bunch back there right now. And if Eddie Jackson's not going to be the fundamental, bastion back there that you can rely on, that is going to be a guy that can pull you out of a jam. If it's just everyone flying around, I got some problems with that. But it's 13-6. It's only a 1-score game. The Bears are in this. The first drive of the second half is going to be pivotal. The Rams get the ball. If they can get off the field and have a chance to tie this up or take the lead, then we got a real ball game. But if they go out and they just run it down the Bears' throat, and they're not running the ball well. I think they have 12 yards total rushing. But if they go down there and they pass it down their throat, then we might be in for a long night. I hated that first drive because it looked like Montgomery ripped off a pair of nice runs, and exactly like what you said, Aldo, everyone dropped back and Dalton just tosses it on there and it gets intercepted. And you could just, I could physically feel the air come out of me because I was like, oh, because you know, as a Bears fan, you're sitting there like, okay, that's not bad. All right, that's not bad. And you're in the back of your mind, you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, and then boom, there it was. And then they go down and they score a minute later. You say, that is such a Bears thing. When are the Bears ever going to be on the other end of that? When are they going to be the ones that can cause a random turnover on the end zone and then score a play after that? I don't remember those times, but yeah. I'm going to reserve judgment for the second half. Aldo, if there's something that the Bears absolutely need to tighten up, whether it be the secondary or the offensive line or what have you, quarterback play, what does it need to be heading into the second half?
Well, it's all about fundamentals, right? You got to tackle, you got to pass, you got to run, you got to do all that. And so that's what they need to tighten up. It's really, I think, as simple as that. Now, you can get into the schemes and stuff and what Matt Nagy is calling, but I think, they've done enough to win. It's about execution here. Look at the team stats. The Bears are outgaining them by what, 44 yards. It's the turnovers that's been a big problem for the Bears team. And look at the time of possession. Chicago has the ball for 7 more minutes. They have doubled the first downs. All of these stats spell one thing. You should be winning. You should be winning this game. And so let's get it together, guys, and let's get out in the second half and play real Bear football. And don't change the definition of Bear football to shoddy tackling, to poor decision-making, making business decisions where you're supposed to tackle and sacrifice the body for the team. Don't do any of that negative stuff that I'm tired of watching. John is tired of watching. Tyler is tired of watching. And everybody watching this is tired of watching. Come on, guys.
Real quick,
yeah, go ahead. I was going to say, is there an energy problem?
I'm locked and loaded right now. And so real quick, let's give out some praise because, like I said, these last 2 drives by the defense and the offense, seeing Roquan Smith, that was first-round talent. Getting to the sideline to get that open field tackle, that was big. Stafford has been stepping up A-gap all game. The D tackles finally got home. Mac is making these guys step up. Mac can only do but so much. He is a generational talent. But if he's stepping up and he still has time, that's not Mac's fault. And then on the offensive side, guys in the chat, I love you. Chill out. Andy Dalton's the damn quarterback. Fields got in there, made a good play. Andy Dalton, quarterback, shut up or go to another team. Andy, do y'all know who we had before? Freaking Rex Grossman, Kyle Orton. Andy Dalton making some plays right here that we haven't had. I saw consistent passes going down the field. Yes, they were on the 4th down, they should have went the cold commit on the drag route. But at the end of the day, I'm watching Andy Dalton hit the open guy. That's it. I don't need him to be Superman. Everybody can't be Mahomes. Just move the ball. Don't turn it over. That interception was a tip.
Yeah, but it was tipped because there was enough people around it to be tipped.
I get it. I get it.
You throw it to the open area, there's no one to tip it.
I get it. I get it.
So
I get it.
Yeah, and so I'm not putting this all on Dalton because the defense made a bunch of problems. I think the play calling could have been a little bit better, but I mean that's the whole song and dance we've been saying for 3-4 years. But they need to come out, and I need them to establish the run. I don't care if Matt Nagy was brought in here not to run the I formation. I want to see David Montgomery tote the rock 20-25 times. Did you see him falling forward, busting dudes up, always ripping off yards after contact? We need more David Montgomery. But if you're going to do all this side crap and you need to get Williams in there so you can you got to do some kind of read option, or you got to toss it to him in the flats, or you got to do all this other horizontal crap. I'm tired of that. Go after him. You see what Montgomery's capable of. Go out there, set the tone, take the air out of the ball. The time of possession can be in your favor. You don't need to get into a shootout if you can control the ball and keep picking up first downs, but you gotta put your ego aside and say, maybe I don't need to act like the smartest person in the room. Maybe I don't need to do this crazy end around. Maybe I don't need to try to outsmart everybody. Maybe I should just trust my players that they're good enough to pick up 10 yards. So I want to see that in the second half. I'm not going to get all angry at Matt Nagy yet. I'm not going to get all angry at Andy Dalton or anyone else on the field yet. It's the first half of the first game. Right. So let's see what happens in the second half. But after that, all bets might be off.
Very, very, very quickly here. I'm with you, Tyler. Dalton is my quarterback. I'm with him, but he's got to do better than this. Number 85,
and then he will be
going wide open over the middle,
but
and he
Dalton
doesn't
does not
hit
look
him.
his way.
Wide open
It's a
over the middle
is
Cole Kmet. Look at him.
Dalton does not look.
So he's the veteran quarterback. He's supposed to see these things.
Yep.
That's why he's the starting quarterback. He's supposed to be able to read defenses, right? Because he's not there in there for his mobility. He's not in there for his arm strength.
I get it. That was the first drive. That was the first and second drive. And Matt Nagy was trying to get some momentum back because what we just gave up. That sucked. You can't make that happen. I was very disturbed. But he came back after that. He came back after that and made some clutch throws. He helped get us. He got us down the field. And so at the end of the day, like I said, if it wasn't for this last drive, John, I wouldn't be positive. And so going into the second half, Dalton, keep doing what you're doing. Keep it away from our other jerseys. Find an open guy. Find the open guy as quickly as possible because that backside rush is coming.
All right. It's kickoff, guys. I love you guys. Let's talk about a victory at the end of this, because if we're talking about a loss, we're going to be three really upset guys. And maybe Tyler can put a smile on our faces, but I doubt it. All right. We'll see you at the end of the game right here in the Barroom Network. Bye-bye, everyone.